That would be nice. That would be nice if there was something like true muscle, and it doesn't matter what you do, it'll just stay with you. No, if you're in a calorie deficit, you can lose muscle, right? If you burn through muscle, if you don't have that much fat on you. Let's put it like that. Hello, my lovely crew members, newcomers, but most importantly, my beloved OGs. Welcome to another video. I'm your host, Lucy, aka Lucifer, and I'm a former obese girl turned bodybuilder. Besides trying to grow my muscles, I am also trying to grow the most badass crew on YouTube. So please join our crew and hit the subscribe button. Since Ilona, aka Chikara Transformations, has encouraged me to inherit her Bodybuilder Reacts format and encouraged me to do some TikTok reactions, I say let's do just that and have some fun, hopefully. Let's go.
You should just like take GLP-1 or just eat less, starve max. Do you think working out is pointless if you're not on anything?
Yeah, I do. I think it's just going to be such a waste of time. It's going to take you years to get the same amount of results you otherwise could be.
No. So, yeah, obviously you're going to make progress faster if you're on gear. And that can also help you get past your biological ceiling, let's call it that, if you have goals to be absolutely enormous, like myself, which obviously wouldn't be possible without gear. That doesn't mean that training without gear is pointless. I purposefully first trained for quite a while without any assistance, because you also, first of all, you want to build a proper foundation and so on. But there is no, especially if you just want to have a decent and healthy physique, there is no need to take gear whatsoever. Keep in mind, at the end of the day, this is not like any amount of gear is not healthy. If you can avoid it, then please avoid taking gear. Like there's no need. Just because it might help you get from A to B faster, if B is achievable without any assistance, any external factors, then why would you do that? Delayed gratification is a very cool skill to have, and that way you can also have much more pride in your physique. To have a really amazing natural physique that might have taken you a little bit longer to get there, that's really impressive. That's especially in today's world where everyone is so quick to jump on gear. I think that's one hell of a status symbol. And again, I think natural bodybuilding also deserves a lot more love and a lot more limelight than it's getting, especially now. But yeah, there is just no working out in itself is the point of working out oftentimes. It's going to keep you healthy, it's going to build your muscle. You don't need to take gear unless you have ambitions to take your physique to a level that is unachievable naturally. You don't need to take gear, period. Don't do it. Like if you have a not achievable physique but you're taking gear, for what then? That's embarrassing. But
in a matter of 6 to 12 months. So why would you not choose to go with the
and 6 to 12 months? That's nothing.
Enhanced route. It's like just using a cheat code in a video game versus not.
Yeah, but why would you cheat in a video game either?
And people will say, oh, it's an enjoyable process, the journey along the way, and like working out, going to the same place, doing the same thing for years. Every single day is not really something that should be enjoyable. Not if.
That's exactly what should be enjoyable. If you're going to commit to doing something like every other day or every day or spend a significant time of your life doing, then you should probably make sure you enjoy that. I mean, why would you torture yourself like that? Make the gym enjoyable. Make working out enjoyable. If, for example, going to the gym and lifting weight is just not your thing, find another sport to do. I don't know, do calisthenics, do something. But yeah, and for it to be enjoyable is also the point. I mean, if you really don't like physical activity, then I think you should still kind of force yourself to do it anyway for health reasons, especially as you age. But yeah, it should be enjoyable, as much as it can be enjoyable. I mean, there will be days where you need discipline because you don't feel like doing it, but ultimately, if you're gonna commit to a journey of improving your physique, make it fun.
You're doing it properly. Because the gym is something that's super technical. If you're actually training in the most optimized way for hypertrophy. So it's not really meant to be enjoyable. So why not?
What does the technicality of anything have anything to do with it being enjoyable? And also, especially if you have a coach, even if you're a beginner lifter, you can just like get some work done with machines, or even without a coach. I started without a coach, and it's not that complicated, to be honest. To get started, there are so many resources online. It's super easy to find, like, even if you don't want to write your own plan, you can find some beginner-friendly split that's basically just machine stuff, because there are technical lifts, like obviously you want to be careful, maybe have someone properly teach you how to do deadlift and squats and that sort of thing. But getting into the gym and improving your physique doesn't have to be super complicated. Yeah, the more you look into it and the more nitty-gritty you get, the more complex it does get. Exercise science is a whole thing, and there are so many sciences there. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be overcomplicated. And if you think it's too complicated and you want to take your physique to the next level, just get a coach. But again, that doesn't have to be, in regards to what he's saying, it doesn't have to do anything to do with it being enjoyable or not. Why are you trying to talk people into not liking the gym and taking gear? I don't like this dude.
Just get those results using a simple science, simple pharmacology.
You should just like.
So, gear is simple. Biochemistry is simple, okay? But just going to the gym, lifting some weights is overcomplicated. This is irritating.
You know what's one of the most annoying things in bodybuilding is tall guys complaining about building muscle. Have you ever considered that maybe you just suck at bodybuilding? That's it. TNF out.
So, yeah, if you're a bodybuilder, being tall is kind of a debuff, because you have to think your frame is going to be bigger, where I'm relatively short. I'm 164 centimeters. So if I gain 2 kilos of muscle, or even 5 kilos of muscle on my frame, they're gonna look bigger, right? They're gonna make me wider. Whereas if you have someone who's like, I don't know, 180, 190, the same amount of muscle distributed over their height on their wide frame is not gonna show up as much. That's why if you're tall and you're bodybuilding, you're kind of playing bodybuilding on hard mode. So you will need to put on more muscle mass to look as wide as a shorter person with less muscle mass. And I mean that as in the weight of the muscle, because they have a shorter frame. That's why people like what's his name, Samson Dauda, is super impressive, because that dude is tall. It's always funny when you see, a lot of people don't know this, but bodybuilders is a kind of a short person sport. Like Arnold is already pretty tall for a bodybuilder. Most of us are around my height. I think I'm like 2-3 centimeters shorter than Derek Lunsford, something like that. It is very much a short person sport. And you shouldn't be like complaining. If you do want to bodybuild, don't let your height hinder you from doing what you love. But yeah, it might take you a little bit longer to maybe see the same results on your frame as a short person would. So there's a point to if someone is complaining about that, but there's also at the same time there's no use in complaining about it. So I'm quite happy I'm not that tall. I used to be insecure about it, and I wanted to look like a young teenager. I was like, oh man, all these models, they have these long limbs and stuff, and I could never look like that. And I'm like, thank God.
Like, I've been working out for 5 years, and I would take like a week off, go on vacation or something, and lose months of progress, even back when I was on a body.
Okay, so if you go on a vacation and take like a little time off, you shouldn't be losing a crap ton of progress. That's not the idea. I wouldn't even know how to do that. You would have to do like absolutely not move and really gorge yourself or something. But speaking from personal experience, I've been on little holidays and I've not lost progress. At least I did not feel like that. Maybe I came back like 1 or 2 kilos heavier or something like that. But let's see what he's saying.
eating chicken and rice, if I wasn't working out, I would just lose so much progress. I should not have to constantly stress myself out and destroy my body every day to maintain decent weight and physique. Like all that weight that people have from working out, from force feeding and just constantly working out, that stress weight, because you're putting your body under stress, under tension, and then your body adapts to it. Because
I mean, you shouldn't. I mean, unless you're a competitive bodybuilder and you have extreme goals, there's no need to outright force feed yourself. That's something I can't relate to because I don't get full. But yeah, I mean, if it's stressing you out so much, maybe just like a lifestyle like that isn't for you. And even as a bodybuilder, you can probably eat like other things than just chicken and rice. I eat steak too.
It's a stress reaction. That's what muscles from working out are. It's a stress reaction. That's unhealthy weight. Those are stress muscles. And the only
stress muscles are unhealthy weight. Excuse me. That's not how that works. So generally, any muscle, to build muscle, you have to obviously you have to put your body under stress, break it down, and then when it heals, basically when you're asleep, that's why good sleep is important, it repairs it and it comes back bigger. That's a very oversimplified, but in essence that's how that works. So yeah, any and all muscle is stress muscle then. Like that doesn't mean you have to stress yourself out over it.
The reason I even did the raw vegan muscle transformation was because I had something to prove.
Okay, now we're seeing where this is going. Raw vegan muscle transformation sounds wild, because you're gonna need protein and you need complex carbs. And the thing with, like, I love vegan food. If it was possible to bodybuild efficiently and eat vegan food, then I would eat a lot of tofu, because I really enjoy nice flavored tofu. But unfortunately, not all protein profiles are created equal. Like, you're not gonna without going into too much detail, like a tofu doesn't have the same composition as a chicken, and that is why you're gonna struggle a lot more to put on muscle mass if you're eating a vegan diet. And even if you supplement properly and you're not causing yourself any deficiencies and you're getting all your vitamins in, it's still not optimal to be efficient about building muscle. This is how it is.
And everyone's telling me, oh, you're going to die of malnourishment because you're a raw vegan. Typical brainwash people. And I gained 27 point something pounds in a span of 6 months. So that's how you know that you won't die of malnourishment.
Okay, well, you can definitely gain weight and still be malnourished. A lot of obese people know this. But yeah, if gaining weight is about being in a caloric surplus, and I don't know if he used gear to achieve that or whatnot. But let's continue.
There has to be a way to maintain any kind of muscle mass without having to constantly destroy your body over and over again. And I think it's working pretty well for me, because I barely eat as much as I used to. I eat 1 meal a day. It's usually only fruit or another raw vegan meal.
Don't do that. Don't eat just fruits. That's how you will give yourself a deficiency and probably diarrhea as well.
Like yesterday, I had carrots and kale. And I've been weighing myself every day. I'm 6'1", 163 pounds, and I've been maintaining that weight, eating basically nothing. It's just me living in harmony with myself.
Okay, that's not how that works. So people self-reporting their diet is oftentimes very flawed, and I can guarantee you this is not what's happening. You're not gonna maintain a weight and be healthy by eating some fruit and kale. That is just not how that works. The other thing is, he says he's eating less and he's eating only 1 meal a day. I'm eating 6 meals a day, but I could maintain my weight, the same weight I have now, by eating 1 meal a day if it was just a very big meal and I get the same amount of calories in. Like, how often you eat says nothing. Like, sometimes people come to me, oh Lucy, I can't lose weight, but I only eat once a day or whatever. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean anything. It's about how much you eat, right? How much calories you eat. That ultimately going to determine your weight. So that's how much calories you burn. But yeah, this dude is talking absolute nonsense. And he's putting out, like, I think it's kind of dangerous, because if people believe this stuff and then they start eating just some fruits and some high fiber veggies and no protein, no complex carbs, that is not a good way to go. That will not make you healthy, and that will not give you a decent physique. Absolutely not.
I know since I stopped working out, I lost all that stress weight. I'm not as big as I used to be, but I'm still have some decent size on me. True muscle will stay with you because it's part of you.
That would be nice. That would be nice if there was something like true muscle and it doesn't matter what you do, it'll just stay with you. No, if you're in a calorie deficit, you can lose muscle, right? If you burn through muscle, if you don't have that much fat on you, let's put it like that. A muscle is a bit, use it or lose it. So if you have built good muscle, you can do relatively little and maintain it. The building of the muscle is much harder than the maintaining of it. You can maintain a very decent amount of muscle with not all that much effort. Like, you don't need to go to the gym 5 times a week to maintain whatever muscle you've built. But your building muscle is very hard, especially for a first woman. But at the same time, muscle is not going to magically stay on your body because it is true muscle, and the stress muscle, and those are not two types of muscle. There are type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers, but stress muscle and true muscle, that's not a thing.
And it comes from loving yourself and not destroying yourself. True muscle will stay with you even if you are not doing any kind of physical activity, because
Bro is loving himself into this is a Pete Delulu manifesting. I hope it works for him. But yeah, no matter how much you love yourself or no matter how much you love your muscle, they will not just magically stay with you. If you stop working out completely and then start eating some kale, you're probably gonna lose some muscle. Not just probably, most definitely.
it's part of you. Eventually in the future, I would like to do some calisthenics or gymnastics. But at the current moment, I'm working 2 jobs. I have one in the morning on a farm, and then I work at a raw vegan restaurant at night. So I'm really busy right now. Like, I've been working.
Well, good for him for working hard and getting a bag. But yeah, I would not suggest listening to this man. No shade, but that is complete barnacles.
I dropped out of a bodybuilding competition, and I'm ready to be honest about the real reason why I did that. Keep in mind this was a year and a half ago, but it has just been weighing on my conscience so heavily these days. I was trying to convince myself that it was everything except the reason that it actually was. I was telling myself, oh, I'm a college student, I just can't make time for my lifts. Oh, I might have hormone issues, blah, blah, blah. Real true reason why I dropped out is because I was not willing to put in the work that it took to be a competitive bodybuilder.
That is so real of her to say that. Because yeah, bodybuilding is extremely demanding, and I've heard something about that. A lot of people who get into the sport, they don't do it for longer than a year or 2, at least competitive. So it's unless you have to love it, and if that's not for you, then that's perfectly fine. And a lot of people leave the sport and then they'll be like, oh yeah, this and that, and make an excuse and stuff. So she's very real for saying, it was just too much. It's not for me. That's fine. But let's see where this is going.
I would consider myself a very hardworking person, but to be a competitive bodybuilder, it takes a whole different level of grit and hard work and determination. It is a whole different breed of people that are competitive bodybuilders. I've seen like a lot of girls come on here and explain themselves as to why they're dropping out, but I truly think that we're just like not willing to work hard enough. Of course, I do understand if you actually have hormone issues or there's something traumatic going on in your life, but I think every single excuse I've heard someone make is the ones that I made, and deep down, I think we know that we just weren't willing to put in the work that it took because it's another level, okay? So if you are a competitive bodybuilder, you are a god. In my eyes, I have a lot of respect for you, tip my hat to you. And yeah, I'm just willing to like be honest about the situation, I guess, now.
Well, thank you for the compliment there, I guess. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if someone has hormone issues and stuff and things are going a bit awry physically, then obviously stepping out of a show or something would be the right course. But yeah, she's very real and honest for saying it was just too much and I wasn't willing to make that many sacrifices for it. Because yeah, again, bodybuilding, extreme sport. If you call it a sport.
Here are a few exercises you're probably still doing in the gym. Kicking things off, we've got free weight external rotations. This one is like strapping on a pair of skis to walk to your local shop. Switch out for the
strapping on a pair of skis to walk to your local shop. I don't quite get what he's going for that, but I mean, there aren't really necessarily bullshit exercises. It just depends what you're doing them for. Like I do these as well. Like when I'm warming up my shoulders, if I have a shoulder day, I do these sometimes to warm up. But let's see where he's going with this.
The cables and actually hit the rotator cuff. Now, second up, we've got goblet squats. Heavy in the hands doesn't equal heavy on the quads. Unless you're doing tempo reps.
There is nothing wrong with goblet squats. I had them for a while in my program as well at the end of my workout, and that really burns, especially at the end of a workout. But with exercises, I'm obviously not a pro coach or anything, but they're a tool, right? It depends on, there's a time and a place. It's when you're building your program, it's like you executing a strategy. So for example, you could have like your compound movements, like he has here the barbell squat, obviously probably at the start of your workout because you're trying to go really hard, and then you could have other machines throughout, maybe something at the end to really burn yourself out or whatever, but they're tools, right? So I don't see how this I feel like this is lacking some context. It's just, there are no bullshit exercises unless it's an exercise that's done wrong or can hurt you, but they're tools, you can use them.
As a finisher, it's harder to make a case for than Ted Bundy. Now coming in at number 3.
But yeah, I mean, he is correct. Like goblet squats are not a replacement for barbell squats. I mean, that's I take that obviously. But I mean, there's still nothing wrong with doing these little rotator cuff things. I sometimes do them to warm up my shoulders, like time and a place.
Maturing is realizing that as a man, if you're trying to get your stuff done, you cannot be spending hours in the gym. There's too much stuff to do in a day for you to be spending 2 hours in the gym.
Not if you make the gym deserves to be a priority, at least in my eyes, obviously. And if you prioritize your health and physical activity as part of that, then I don't see why the gym doesn't deserve to be a priority or something that you make time for. I understand a lot of people are extremely busy, but for most of us, I think it is entirely possible to even just get like a workout in. Let's put it like that. And obviously, again, it depends on what your goals are, but there's nothing wrong with spending time at the gym. And this guy is saying maturing means realizing you shouldn't spend time at the gym is a pretty daft statement.
2 hours in the gym is completely unnecessary. At max, you should be spending 1 hour, maybe 1 hour and 20 if you're doing cardio a few times a week.
There is no rule about how much time in the gym is appropriate or not. It depends on your goals, what you're doing. Like I try to keep my joints and healthy and my mobility in check. So I do, before I start training, I usually, whenever I do have time, I spend quite a bit of time warming up and doing some mobility exercises, because I too don't have time to dedicate an extra workout just to mobility. So I try to do two birds with one stone, and I do some mobility exercises as a warm-up oftentimes, and I do some yoga after I'm done, which means I am oftentimes being in the gym for 2 hours, if not more, if I'm doing cardio at the gym or whatever. And I don't see why there would be anything wrong with that. There is no, you should only spend this and this much time at the gym. I mean, if I'm rushing and I'm like, damn, I have to make sure I get to work, yeah, I can bust out a workout relatively quickly. I'll just try to warm up real quick on the machine and then get going, and I'll get some more stretching in the next day if I have to. But this is, no.
That's it. You should not be spending 2-3 hours in the gym. The only time you're spending 2-3 hours in the gym is either you're doing too much volume or you're spending too much time during your little rests. Don't be on TikTok whilst in the gym, because between every single set you're spending 5 minutes doom scrolling. That is ineffective.
This is not entirely wrong. You have to make sure you're not accidentally spending way too much time in between sets on your phone. And also, you don't want to be that person blocking the machine for ages because you get zoned out doing something on your phone. So that is actually a good tip.
And just a waste of time. You're just wasting your time. You need to be going into the gym, you get your stuff done, you do your workout and you leave. There's not enough time in a day for you to be spending 2 hours in the gym.
Well, I spend my hours, the hours of my day, however I see fit. Thank you.
For me, I like to keep my workouts 40 minutes to an hour. I don't try to do too much volume. I just go in and I get out. You get me? So, spending too much time in the gym, it's not the move.
Well, it is not for him to decide what is too much time at the gym. He clearly has his routine, good for him. But if you want to spend more time at the gym, take your time. That is perfectly fine as well. If you enjoy being there, it's a public space. You pay your membership. You can hang around there if you wanna maybe use the spa facilities afterwards. Do whatever. Make a whole day out of it. There is nothing wrong with that. And don't let some random dude off TikTok tell you you shouldn't be at the gym for however long you like. But I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, I would very much appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button to join our crew. We definitely need more amazing members, and I think you would make an amazing addition. And yeah, for now, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.